Hey, YouTube people, family, how's everybody doing? I wanted to get on real quick and just talk about some things that were on my mind. And one thing that I realized is that I always say I have to do better, right? I have to do better. I have to eat better. I have to exercise. I have to, now that I am over 50, almost 60, I know that it is so important to have good health, right? And I think about all those things, but I still don't eat right. I still don't eat right. And so I thought about that, and it's something that I discussed. I'm cutting up potatoes. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes for Ron. But I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, why? Why is it a cycle for me? Do I continue to walk around in this circle? I say I'm going to lose weight. I say I'm going to do this. I say I'm going to do that, but I don't do it, right? And I think that it is tied to trauma in your life, in my life. I'm not going to speak about anybody else. But I think me not following through and just loving me and being focused on taking care of me is the trauma that I endured when I was younger, right? And I'm not going to get into what the trauma was or anything like that, but I have friends who have said the same thing. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the best person that I can be. And when I talk to these people and they haven't changed, it's because they also, I notice, have endured trauma in their life, right? And so maybe thoughts of, hey, I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough. I'm stressed, and this is what I continue to do. If I'm stressed, I'll eat. I don't exercise and things like that. So that was on my mind. If that's something that you can relate to, please let me know that I'm not the only one that think like that, right? So I do have to do better, right? I do have to do better. I talk about my health all the time because I know how important it is to take care of your body, right? You take care of your body, then, it's going to be. And I've been having a lot of added health issues since now that I am almost 60 years old. So what I learned is that when you're almost 60 years old and you don't really take care of yourself, you have issues, right? You have high blood pressure, you might have diabetes, you might have high cholesterol, you might have joint pain, inflammation, all kinds of stuff going on in your body, right? And so one of my ailments is high blood pressure and joint pain. I noticed that when I'm almost 60, that, excuse me, that my legs, my ankles, it hurts so bad, right? Even when I walk, I have tendonitis in my Achilles heel, and it just hurts. And it's very frustrating because this is something new to me, and I feel like I can't get through it, right? I can't make it better, right? And it's very, very frustrating. But I keep pushing. I keep pushing myself. Even though I be in pain, I still continue to push myself. My ankles, my knees, my Achilles heel, everything hurt, right? So, yeah, and that's the word that I need to put out there is that keep pushing yourself. Even if it hurts, go to the doctor first and make sure it's nothing serious, right? I have been to the doctor. I have been to different specialists. There's nothing wrong with me, y'all. There's nothing wrong with me. The only thing I need to do is eat right and lose this weight and exercise right, which seems like it's hard to do. So Another thing I find out is that depression. I feel like I get stuck into a depressive mode, and I don't know why. Well, I know why, because I continue to think a lot of negative thoughts. I do. That's another thing I realize is that I think a lot of negative thoughts. Instead of being out here trying to enjoy my life, I just don't, right? So that's another thing that now that I am almost 60, that I really need to change. I really need to start changing, right? Because I want my latter years to be better than my younger years. I want my latter years to be better than my younger years. I don't want to be stuck in a cycle. Every month, every year, it's the same thing, right? Thinking lowly of myself, thinking that I can't do this, thinking that I can't do that. And so those are some of the things that I need to change about myself. So I wanted to have this conversation because I wanted to hear from other people who are on my channel who are over the age of 55. What are your thoughts? Like, what are you trying to change about yourself? But the more you try to change, you just not consistent with it. You just fall off every time. Is it because of trauma? Have you experienced trauma and you just find yourself going around and around and around and around and around in the same circle? So yeah, just let me know. Y'all, why didn't y'all tell me y'all can make chicken in the air fryer? I didn't pre-cook it, I didn't boil it, I seasoned it, and I just threw it in the air fryer. And look at this. Like, I did not know that. I seriously did not know that. Maybe it's the age thing because I'm almost 60. But I'm so used to putting chicken in the oven and baking it. I was like, I'm gonna try to cook this chicken in the air fryer, and it's cooked all the way through. You know what? I'm gonna upgrade my air fryer. I have a little small one, but I am going to upgrade it because for now on, I am going to cook my food in the air fryer. I don't need to use the stove. I do need to use it when I boil potatoes. Like I'm getting ready to make some mashed potatoes. So I don't think I can put the potatoes in the air fryer for mashed potatoes. If you can, let me know. But I'm thinking that you can't. So let me know if you can put potatoes in the air fryer and make mashed potatoes. Yeah, this is very interesting to me. It really is. I know it sounds silly. I know it probably sounds like she didn't know that, but I really didn't. I really didn't know that you could fry chicken in the air fryer. Not fry it, but you can cook chicken in the air fryer. No added oils or anything. Anyway, I just wanted to get back on and just share my new findings with you all. Thanks you all for continue to support my channel because you could have unsubscribed a long time ago. So I really appreciate it because I know that I'm not on as often as I should be, but I still love you guys. And I want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There are other things that I'm going to talk about moving forward as far as my thoughts being over 50s, almost 60 years old. It's a lot of end of life thoughts, menopause thoughts, relationship thoughts, exercise thoughts, eating it's so many thoughts going through my mind now that I am almost 60 years old. Reversing aging, like can I do that? looking different, accepting the way that I look, being a woman that's almost 50, the changes that my body go through. It's just, and I'm glad I have you all that's here, that's over 50 here to, support me and give me advice, because this, I feel like, is for the birds, right? I do. This is, I don't know. But anyway, stay tuned, because I am going to talk about all those things that are going through my mind, through my thoughts, and how to handle this new chapter in my life now that I am almost 60 years old. What is 70 going to look like? What is 80? That's only 20 years from now. 20 years from now, 80 years, that's not a lot of time. Like, what am I going to look like at 80? It is a lot of thoughts, and even simple things like my home. Sometimes thoughts come through my mind since my mom passed. When I went through my mom passed, and I had to go through her house and, clean it up and get rid of some things, The only things that were precious to me was like pictures. That was only, and I know this, people go through their parents' house and there's other things that's more precious for them, but for me it was pictures, right? So I think about those things when I pass and my daughters have to go through my things. I want to make it easy for them, right? I don't want to have a lot of clutter, a lot of stuff pushed up in drawers, pushed up in the closet, and they got to go through each item. I don't want that. So those kind of thoughts come to me too. Like, I want to make sure that my things are always decluttered, because I think about when I do pass, which I hope is years from now, that when they go through my things, they're not overwhelmed, right? So we're going to talk about that in another video. We're going to talk about that. All right, love y'all. Bye.